Hello and happy Thursday. We are back for another live this week, or the live of the week, however you want to phrase it. I hope you're having a wonderful week, because I am, and we are ready to answer your questions tonight. So we had 3 questions written in, and I cannot wait to go over them. We'll do it as a rapid fire round. If you have questions after this video, please leave them down in the comments below, and I will give you my feedback, opinion, and direction with that. So awesome. If you are watching this live, please comment Team Live. If you are watching this replay, please comment Team Replay. I was just on a video call with one of my clients. I gotta grab my water. We did a workout together, and now I'm a little bit sweaty. She's like, you're gonna be glistening for your live. Fortunately, I'm not glistening, but man, am I thirsty. I will be right back. Alrighty, we are here. We are ready to go. So as I said, if you're watching this live, please comment Team Live. If you're watching this replay, please comment Team Replay down in the comments below. I'm coming at you answering your questions tonight. I'm Emily Tills, your registered dietitian and nutrition coach. So the first question we have is, does intermittent fasting work, and how do you figure out the type of fasting that works for each person? This is a great question. I actually recently just did a post on intermittent fasting and a blog post on intermittent fasting that you can check out on nourishwithemily.com, as well as over on my Instagram page, Nourish with Emily, about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting only works because you cut out a major meal. You cut out a major source of food. You cut out probably 300 to 600 calories every day, which is why you're losing weight. It's not because you magically burn more fat between 6 hours or whatever it is. That's not the case at all. It's actually because you just cut your calories. So intermittent fasting is actually just you being in a calorie deficit. Now, if you're someone who's been trying to lose weight for an extended period of time, I do not recommend starting a deeper calorie deficit or starting with intermittent fasting at all. You need to build back up your metabolism. You need to get yourself out of a deficit for a little bit to repair your metabolism, bring it back up to a normal rate, not in that deficit crazy rate, especially if you have been trying to lose weight for an extended period of time. As we talked last week with reverse dieting, the more that we cut back, the more our bodies change and the more that we stop doing. So we need to bring you back to a regular good maintenance part before you go back into a deficit. So intermittent fasting really only works because you're in a calorie deficit. It's not because those other 16 hours of the day you're magically burning fat. Actually, during that time, your metabolism has to cycle back down in order to be able to maintain life. It's saying, I'm not getting enough energy. I need to cut back what I'm doing, cut back all the things that I'm doing, cut back all the things that I have to do to be able to maintain life and to be able to maintain your heart beating, all of that. So I'd much rather have you eat every 3 to 4 hours rather than only eat 8 hours of the day. Think about that. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Question number 2 comes from Natalie. How do you determine your metabolic rate? This is a really great question. The only way you can actually determine what your metabolic rate is getting on a metabolic cart. Now, hospitals have these, some colleges will have these. That means you have to lay there perfectly still for about 15 minutes or so, and they put a oxygen mask on you. And through that, they can tell what your metabolic rate is. Another way we can do this too is by figuring out your muscle mass percentages by using a BIA, or bioelectrical impedance analysis machine that will give you feedback as far as, here's your muscle mass, here's what your predicted close enough metabolic rate is. Now, the reason why it may seem that our metabolic rate dips as we get older, it's not just because you're getting older, it's because you're losing muscle mass. So the way to keep your metabolic rate up is to maintain your muscle mass. Eating enough protein, staying active, building more muscle will keep your metabolic rate up. Now, if you're wondering how to kind of figure out what your metabolic rate is, you have to kind of play around with it. There are definitely predictive equations called the Mifflin-St. Jeor equation, as well as the Harris-Benedict equation, which you can go ahead and look up and figure out how to do those. There's also the quick method that sometimes I'll use too. But it's all really dependent on your activity. It's dependent on your history. It's dependent on everything that you do. With my clients, we'll try to figure out what their metabolic rate is, especially if they're in a low calorie deficit. We'll start to bring up their calories to an average eating. I mean, we're not meant to live on 1,200 calories alone. So we'll slowly start to increase your calorie burn, or increase your calorie intake, which will help with increasing your calorie burn. And when we get to the point where you are steady, there's no weight gain or anything like that, you might gain a pound or 2, that's where we know that you're at that your basal metabolic rate, or what your metabolic rate is. So there's a process behind it. There are ways to kind of figure out or give like a question mark around it as well, but we have to kind of build up from there. You can do predictive equations too, but you have to really honest, with the activity factors that are along with that as well. And lastly, Amy asks, I feel so bloated after a recent vacation. My stomach seems to be the first place that I notice any weight gain. Is it just me, or is this something to this after you've lost weight? So with the bloating, that often happens after being away on vacation or whatever it is, because our water intake is lower, we're eating out more often, so there's a higher salt intake, we're not as active as you usually are, bathroom habits usually change while we're away as well, you're not as consistent, and eating has changed too. So all of those are kind of bundled together. You're bloated after vacation, especially with flying as well, because when you fly, it changes the pressure, which also then causes you to bloat or third space, or that's why your ankles get swollen or your hands get swollen when you're flying. You have to stay on top of water intake. So getting rid of that bloat is going to be staying on top of your water intake, getting more active again, staying active, and kind of checking back in with yourself later on in the week. Maybe it was something that you usually don't eat that you introduced to your diet that caused some issues overall, but just kind of toning that back and kind of checking in with yourself and saying, okay, what was on vacation that was different from now? Was I not as active? Was I not drinking enough water? Was I having more salt than I usually do? All of those things bundle up together, which then cause more bloat. So think about that stuff. These are wonderful questions. Thank you so much for submitting them. If you have any other questions, you can leave them down in the comments below, or you want more follow-ups to the questions that people ask, please let me know. We'll try to do this about once a month and have topics for the other ones. Next week, we're talking about vitamins and minerals and what the vitamins do in the body and why we need them. So with that, have a wonderful Thursday night. I gotta go watch some baseball. See you later. Bye.